Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Today we're going to be doing a specific video on Cardano ADA, and we're going to be doing some price analysis. I believe ADA is potentially on the verge or is starting to break out, and we're going to be going into that in this video. We're going to be looking at the path that we set out for Cardano and how it's followed it pretty accurately. And then we're actually going to look at some sort of more immediate time frame structure that leads me to believe Cardano is set for a breakout. And we've said it's not going to be long before you see 60 cents, 70 cents, and then we start to move back to that $1 mark. This is not, and I do apologize for the people that watch me for the sort of interesting things taking place on Cardano, the fundamentals. I did do a number of interviews last week that I'll be releasing this week with individuals that are building on top of the Cardano blockchain or already have dApps available or are looking to launch dApps. We'll also cover a lot of things taking place within the actual chain next week. But this is just a price. Didn't plan on doing this video, price analysis video, because I think Cardano's at this real pivotal point right now. Those of you that follow me regularly will know that we were out the market for the majority of 2022, having been massive beneficiaries of the prior bull market, that of course was caused with the printathon and so on and so forth. And then we decided actually to get back into the markets for the first time since really the start of 2022, back on the 5th of January, which with the benefit of hindsight seemed like an obvious choice. But let me tell you at the time, guys, it wasn't. I do have a Patreon where I do look at all this stuff. You know, I am an investor and a trader. It's what I do for a living. It's something I've spent over 5 years doing and working to try and perfect. And of course, you get a lot of that knowledge given to you as a patron. And of course, you get consistent updates on where I think the market's at, where I think it's going, and what I'm looking at, what I've bought, what I've not bought. And we've done, as a group, unbelievably well since the start of the year, and we plan to continue to do that. But this is going to be, without me bragging and shamelessly shilling my group, and I'm shilling it because I'm very, very proud of it. This is going to be a Cardano specific update video in regards to the price, and things look pretty good. You know, we've stated a number of reasons why we took a position back into the market. And essentially, not only was or is Bitcoin at this key kind of level, which we're calling a neckline that we've had set out for Bitcoin for a while now, but many of your altcoins were taking a rest at what was sort of subscribed as a neckline. You know, this was Cardano on the way up. This is a video from a couple of weeks ago where we're essentially looking at, look, this is what we'd like to see. We'd like to see this sort of grinding structure result in some downside. That would then essentially set you up for what would be an inverse head and shoulders, which typically occur at the end of a trend or the start of one in the form of inverse head and shoulders. Now, the Cardano chart isn't the cleanest in terms of what I'd like to see, but this was the last video that we gave to you last week where we were looking at this pullback and we actually said we're buying the dip here. And we actually bought pre-CPI. And the positions that we bought then, I think, have done okay. But this is what we're looking at. And it's not the positions that we have, it's more the structure that Cardano is now setting up that fills me with excitement, because this is literally an unchanged chart from that draw for ADA. And you can see that it's setting up this inverse head and shoulders, and we'll do a target. You know, we'll look at key levels. You're also, and it's kind of, this is why I say Cardano is a bit of a skewed chart. It's not the best. I'll take it off log. You know, starting to climb out of the basement here. Okay, so the next sort of level is around about that $9. We wish 93 cents mark. You know, you're likely going to see a huge rejection here or some sort of a coiling up again. It's right around the level of all this significance here, which was your sort of $1 mark, which is where we really look to get out of the market. But I do believe you're looking for continuation here, and that you're coiling up and setting up good structure to see that continuation to the upside. And where Cardano currently is it's forming what you could essentially label an ascending triangle right around this neckline, having had a healthy correction from the neckline. Remember, we looked at this. We then looked at it setting up continuation structure. We looked at this head and shoulders. So it's not just present on Cardano, by the way, this sort of structure. When you have similar DNA running through many similar charts, you can see the market is moving right now. Maybe I'll be proven to be wrong. I did give an early update for this on Twitter. So if you're not already following me on Twitter, guys, well worth doing so. We had this correction, and it was, you got some sort of a double bottom out of here, and then look at the momentum that took you back to the upside. Moving on to a 4-hourly chart to not have to sort of jitter around so much. You put a toe through, you reject off it quite harshly, and now look at the strength that you're seeing to the upside. So you're essentially forming some sort of an ascending triangle structure here that is likely going to set you up for continuation or a break of this that will see you come into a lot of the price action that you made on the way down. So you're running into this price action here. You are going to get congested here. It's very likely that you're not just going to shoot straight through it because you have previous price action to sort of contend with. But where I'm sat right now, guys, is I actually think that Cardano is looking pretty damn good and looking for that continuation to the upside. You know, you've got this symmetrical triangle. The US stock markets don't open tomorrow because it's the President's Day. There will be futures markets and, of course, FX. But maybe it's not going to have the kind of downdraft of that leaning on it, which leads me to believe, and many altcoins actually look pretty damn good, that Cardano could be set for breakout. And once you break this level, once you break resistance, often you'll do it with some significant momentum. So if you can get this break, get this retest, which is what we're looking at, you know, then you're set for that upside. And just taking into account if we have got the neckline correct, what you'd be looking at. You know, if that was the neckline and we aren't forming a neckline currently, which could be the case, you know, you're looking at your 70 cents Cardano, which is going to run you right into all of this resistance here. And then potentially allow you to look for more continuation to the upside. You know, what I'd really like to see is you do this kind of laddering out of here where, you know, maybe you get some sort of extension. It goes on a pretty mammoth run and then it will set up again. Might even be a deeper correction, and then you come back and then you look for that upside or that further upside. You know, this is something that I'd like to see moving forwards, but I don't think it's going to be long at all. I'd give it to give myself a bit of time. I'd give myself to, you know, where are we? January, February, March, April, May, June, July period. I think you'll be back at your 70 cents. And I've certainly put my money where my mouth is and bought in expectations of that. Again, if you want to find out about all my buys, please do feel free to go and check the Patreon out. You've also got to remember that this level that you're at currently is significant. I mean, look at it. Not only did it hold you as support for so long, you've broken it. If you can get back above this, you know, you're going to give Cardano the confidence to continue to see that upside. That's my prediction. Now, bearing in mind, look at the market and what it's doing right now. Please go and check my Twitter, guys, before any of this upside. You know, difference between me, I guess, and other channels is I really do this for a living, and have been for a while now. And, you know, I'm very sort of, I think, proud of, you know, I'm not the best technical analyzer in the world. I've spent quite a lot of money on seeking to become that, and I'm still on that journey. But for me right now, Cardano looks pretty damn good. And it's been a while since we've given a price update video. There's no BS here, just simple price action, looking for that continuation. And may we get it. That's all I've got for you in this video, guys. If you've enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. Just quickly to recap, you know, I'm expecting Cardano to break this as it's coiling up around it currently, and look for that continuation to the upside. Maybe you sort of stall a little bit more, but you know, my call here is nothing crazy. Is you're going to be moving and a lot closer to that $1 market by sort of June time, providing there hasn't been the sort of yield curve play out yet. than where we currently are. All I've got for you in this video, guys. You enjoyed the content, like, so appreciate it. So is a comment, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next YouTube video. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday morning.